Hi everybody, Matthew Turnage here. Well, the great Richard McCook has put out another video asking 10 questions of video makers in the vinyl community. I was happy to participate the first time he did it about a year and a half ago. Richard was one of the very first supporters of my channel shortly after I started. I love his stuff, so please check him out if you haven't already. And here are my answers to his 10 questions. Number one, do you ever get disheartened when a video you think should be popular is ignored? And if yes, give an example. I've done videos that I go in with the knowledge that they're the sort of things that can get continued views over time, or at least have that potential. So things like album reviews, album rankings, and sometimes those don't get very many views within the first week, but they'll build up over time. And when I've tried to do videos that are a bit more topical with what's going on in the moment, I've been kind of hit and miss in those. I don't do those very often, but I remember one of the first times I tried to do that, it was around the time Ringo was putting out the Zoom In EP, or I think maybe it was shortly before that. But in a video, he made reference to the fact that he was working on a follow-up EP to Zoom In, which, as we know, turned out to be Change the World. It came up in an interview, and I noticed the day that interview came out, it didn't seem like anybody in any of the Beatles community were talking about that on YouTube. So I did a video that night, short video. I think it's 4 or 5 minutes long, just talking about that news and sharing the excitement of getting 2 Ringo EPs in a year. It came out and it got like 8 views and then stopped. Now at that point my channel I had less than 100 subscribers, so I wasn't expecting a ton of views, but I thought it might do at least, probably my average then was probably 30 to 40 views. I expected to do at least that well, and maybe since it was kind of in the breaking news category, may get a little more than that, but it stopped at like 8 views. And over time, I think it's picked up the odd view here or there. I think it's about 20 views. It's still my least viewed video. So I didn't expect it to do that poorly for sure. How often do you check your subscriber count? Actually, probably a couple times a day, most days. I do periodically open up the YouTube Studio app on my phone during the day just to see how my latest videos are doing, check for any comments, respond to comments, that sort of thing. And the subscriber count is right at the top, so I glance at it every time. Number 3 is how often do you ask people to hit the subscriber button? Almost never. Every now and then I'll remember at the beginning of a video just to say thank you to my current subscribers, and then I'll mention, if you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. But that's it. I almost never ask. I hope people will subscribe. I hope they enjoy the channel enough that they want to subscribe, but I guess it's just my personality. I'm not one to just ask a lot for people to subscribe. Number 4, how do you feel when you lose subscribers, and what is the largest amount you've lost in a day? At the beginning, it was always a little bit of a bummer if I saw that I lost a subscriber. These days, I don't pay very much attention to it. At the beginning, I don't think I realized how often YouTube has to purge old accounts or spam accounts, and that's a fair amount of your subscriber loss comes from that. And once I kind of realized that, after I'd been doing it a couple months, then I just I don't really think about it. I've never lost a huge number in a day, probably not more than maybe 4 in a day. So it's not a big deal. I mean, and I understand sometimes people, they get tired of you. They don't like something you did. Maybe they subscribe to too many channels. They want to pare back, it happens. So number 5, how do you feel when people comment on your video and they obviously haven't watched it? For example, a comment comes in on a 15-minute video just 1 minute after posting. Well, it's mildly disappointing, I guess, maybe when that happens. It's because you'd like people to watch through the video, or at least most of it. and give a comment based on, what they've seen in the video. But I mainly look at it as if somebody's taking the time to comment, even if they haven't seen the whole video or hardly any of the video, hey, they're trying to support me and my channel, and that's always appreciated. So it doesn't really bother me too much. I just, if I can really tell they haven't watched it, then I kind of wish, well, maybe they had watched it. But I haven't had that happen, but maybe a handful of occasions, not very often. Number 6, if you or if you already have hit the 1,000 sub count, will you monetize your channel? And if eligible for the thanks option, will you promote it? I really don't know. When I started this, I didn't think I would ever be interested in that. Of course, I also didn't think I'd probably ever get much more than 100 subscribers at best. So the channel's done a good bit better than I expected. So I don't know. I don't know how I'd feel. I've been doing it for a year and a half. I just passed the 400 subscriber mark. So I figure I'm a long ways away from 1,000 subscribers. If I get there, I'm not going to say no, but I probably wouldn't immediately. I'd probably kind of think about it and decide if that's something I really want to do in terms of monetizing it. And so then the thanks option, kind of going along with that. If I do decide to monetize it, I might not even do the thanks, but I really don't know. It would just depend on how I felt at the time. Number 7, do you ever sub another channel just to try to get a sub back? Or when you sub to other channels, approximately what percentage do you hit the notification bell? No, I don't do that. I don't sub to anybody hoping to get a subscription back. It's again, I want people to subscribe because they're interested in the content, not just to kind of do me a favor. Now, I have done it the other way though. I have gotten a new subscriber and then checked out their channel and thought, oh, I want to subscribe to this person because support them for subscribing me, and also because I'll watch some of their videos. There have been times where somebody subscribed to me, I've watched a couple videos and thought, well, they're kind of into topics that I'm not really big about, so maybe I won't subscribe. But I have kind of subscribed to other people after just they subscribed to me. I watched 1 or 2 videos and thought, I want to support this person and thank them for supporting me. Number 8, how long do you think is an acceptable time to wait before replying to a comment if you reply to comments? I try to always reply to comments, and I try to reply within a day or so. Sometimes it's a lot quicker than that. It kind of depends on what I'm doing or when the comment comes in. Because sometimes I'll look at my comments and I'll see a comment, and especially if it's a longer comment, I may not reply immediately because I kind of want to give some thought to my response. But I try to do it within a day, and sometimes it's within just a couple hours or even a couple minutes, depending on when I catch it. Number 9, do you like Record Store Day? And if so, after buying Record Store Day items, do you feel the need to show them immediately, or can you wait till you get home? I don't like Record Store Day. I don't really like the idea of it that much. I haven't tried to participate in Record Store Day since, I guess it was 2020. It was like we were in the pandemic, because the record store that I went to that was participating that time, they were they had a lottery to see who could get in at what time, because they were restricting the number of people who were in. And that was the one where the reissue of the Instant Karma 45 was coming out, and that's the only thing I really wanted. So I entered the lottery for that record store. I got a time like 11 o'clock. It was well after they had been there, and when I showed up, as soon as I could, and was told, oh, we just sold that Instant Karma. He'd only gotten one in, So I was really bummed about that, and it kind of drives home to me what the flaw of Record Store Day is. Yeah, it's great if, you want to, if people are excited to get lined up, get there early and get lined up, and get in and try to get things, that's fine. But to me, if you're creating an event that has the potential to have somebody come into your store and they're trying to get a specific thing and they can't get it, then they're going to leave disappointed, like I left disappointed that day. So to me, I wasted my day, because I had to wait till that 11 o'clock slot. I couldn't do anything else in the day that I had planned to do until after that because I had to leave that space open. And then it was a wasted trip because, I mean, I picked up some things while I was there because I didn't want to feel like I'd just gone for absolutely no reason, but I didn't get the one thing I wanted to get. So I left disappointed. So that reflects poorly on the record store itself, even though it's mostly out of their control, but it leaves me with a bad memory of going to that store that day. So I haven't gone back. So I don't like the idea of record store day. I don't participate. If something comes out now that I really want, I'll just get it off of eBay. Maybe I'm paying an inflated price, but to me that's worth it, instead of spending my time and effort, wasting my time and effort on something and not getting it when I know I can get it. Number 10, do you enjoy participating in and watching collaboration videos? And do you get put off watching if things go beyond the 1 or 2 hour mark? I haven't participated in a lot. I've had discussions about doing some that may happen at some point in the future, but the only things I've done so far is I've had the opportunity to participate in Fab Gab on the Mean Mr. Mayo channel. Great fun to do. I enjoy doing that a lot, and I would be happy to do similar type videos with other people. As far as watching them, yeah, if they go over 2 hours, I'm not going to watch it probably. Over 1 hour is okay. I've got a couple of regular ones that I do watch, Talk More Talk and Two Legs, that are routinely over an hour, hour and a half or more. But what happens is a lot of times, so they'll come out, at one point during the week, and then I'll end up watching them usually in segments. I'll watch it spread out over 2 or 3 days. While I'm at work, I'll put it on and listen to part of it, and then I've got to turn it off because I've got to do something else. And so I'll watch them over a few days when they're that long. But I do like them. And there have been times where I know I've got a specific window and I can get this video in if I speed it up to 1.5 times. I've done that once or twice just to get it in all in one sitting. Bonus question. Do you check your previous video to make sure you aren't wearing the same shirt? No, I don't. There have been the odd occasion where I've shot a couple of videos in a row, and so I know I'm wearing the same shirt. Although there was one time, I think the first time I did that, where I was going to shoot 2 in a row, where I actually did, in between videos, change shirts so it wasn't like I was wearing the same shirt, but then I thought, who really cares? So I don't know. I don't go back and look back either. So those are my responses. Thanks for a great list of questions, Richard. Thanks for your early support of my channel. Helped me get off the ground. And thanks everybody for watching.